Salam alaykum. Was thinking about how do you call it? Oh yeah, about zakat and this and that. And so I made a program to calculate when you get empty. When you if you have to pay two, it's a two. This 0.025. That means 2.5% will go off. 2.5% a year is in this. That's the zakat. Yeah, I made this program. This as you can see, I'm checking on if you're like you have a 10 million, you get 10 million out of. I don't know if you get a 10 million euros. And a yearly expenditure. This was calculation for. A yearly expenditure is 100,000 euros. So every year you spend 100,000. So this application just calculates what happens in how many money you would have in 60 years. So let's click calculate. So it calculates, as you see here, 10 million, the total current money, and then new total money that will be eventually 9.6 million the first year. But let's scroll to where these numbers go minus. As you can see here, from here on, year 49, that's 50 actually, because I start with 0. So year 50, you only have 19,000 euros, and the 10 million is finished. So year 50, I calculated how much me plus year 50 years. If I will get this year 50 years, that's I will be 87 years old. Born 1987. Love the numbers. From Allah saying, I knew you were gonna calculate that. So very nice. So if would I get 10 million then and pay only 100,000 a year, and the rest for the zakat, then after 50 years, at 87 year old, would be I'm broke again. That's very funny, but that's about this calculator to show you. Let's see. But if you do 50, if you are young, you just go. I type now 50,000 euros of $50,000, whatever. What happens then? Let's see. You can do much longer with that money. So let's see. Let's see where the minus starts. The minus doesn't start. You still got in over 60 years. You still got total new money. That is. Let's see. This is. Well, it's a lot of money. That is 666,000 euros you would get if you want to. But for me, 60 years plus 37 years, 97 years old, I'm not planning to be that rich for that long. Would I get, how do you call that money? But if you are young, you could start with 50,000 and maybe spend some more when you're older, or just empty it. It's your choice. But this calculates it. But let's see how when if you pay 50,000 only a year, and the zakat, the standard zakat, let's say for 80 years. Let's say 80 years. When it got empty, at 80 years old, you already are in minus here. So let's see. At 71 years old later, or 70 years later, you will be you only have 30,000 euros, and that's the end of that 50,000. You go to 19 minus 1,000 euros. So 70 years, if you are young, you could only make empty 50,000 maybe later or earlier. Who knows? But this calculates it, and it's very nice. Just finished it. I started making it. It took me about 1 hour to make this application. It's very nice, very nice. But oh, the other thing was, in Holland, all the, but this is if you pay only 2.5% zakat. But in Holland, if you got 10 million euros, you have to pay 1.44% of that money yearly. So that would be plus 1.44 if you're an idiot. But the reason is if you do 2.5 plus 1.44 percentage, you will be killing yourself because you are paying this the poor Muslims in Holland, because Holland with that money they give more, how do you call it, healthcare. So they give Muslim families like 1,300 each Muslim family that don't work. And for what's written here is so their goods or their clothing and their food or of equivalent and those things. So all of those things are paid by the Dutch government for those Muslims. You could deduct from the zakat and deduct from zakat because that's why I just said 0.125. And my view is at 1.44, so that you just type in this calculator 1 point, but 1.44. Let's just check what 2.5% minus 1.44 is. You pay, like if you had 10 million, you pay 100,000 yearly on zakat. You can choose to pay that to a Muslim family. And this 1.44 that the Dutch government is forcing you to pay each year as a 10 millionaire. Yeah, well, that is 140,000 euros they take from you. And my view is you don't have to pay, you can deduct from the zakat 1.44 that the Dutch government is taking, especially because they have 1 million Muslims here and more than 100,000 jobless Muslims. So the zakat they get is the zakat they get, and that's good. About eligibility to having zakat, you have to be Muslim. If some say they have to be very poor, but there's nowhere written that they have to be very poor. But this guy is talking about how you can pay zakat. You can give normally they say if it's from the cash or 10 million is cash, and you have to give them that zakat money in cash. But there's an Ibn Baz he's talking about, and it's better to give him foolish immature, and there's a fear he would squander the money, and it's better to give him food or clothing of equivalent value rather than zakat in form of cash. For me, you can just give cash. That's the second part I want to talk about zakat. Well, very fun. Because let's say you have to pay that you have to pay that 100,000 euros. That 100,000 euros next to the 1.144,000 euros you're paying to the Dutch. Let's say you can find a poor family, a big poor family of poor families, and you just give them, you say, I'll give you 80,000 euros, maybe 100, I don't know how you want to spend it, and then and say to them, it would be very nice if your daughter would come to my house with nikah me and those things. You could do that. It's not haram, but if they say no, then you just give somebody else that money. It's no problem. But as for rich people, as a normal person, 10,000 euros is like 250 euros a year you have to pay. Then that's not problematic. But that's why we don't wish zakat. If you're a 10 millionaire, at least the ummah has to give you 1 or 2 wives, because you are giving them at 250,000 euros a year. It's not a must, but it would be good to get at least 2 girls from them, and not too expensive. So you could just pay one family that much money, and they can give to their other family if they want or whatever, or use it for themselves. Yeah, but that was it. My calculator calculating. But let's see what. Let's see what if someone is someone now don't want to deduct this 1.44 the Dutch are taken from you, then how much that is? Let's see. Let's see. Then we 2025 plus 0.144. No, 0.144 is 394. 3%, almost 4% is that. Okay, let's see what will happen to you if you have to, if you are really want to pay the full 100,000. Let's just say back to 60 years, probably be finished before that. So let's see when it goes minus. Here you see the minus. The minus starts at in 39 years you'll be you'll be broke. That's also not that bad. 39 years, but you can choose. If you want to see that Dutch government taking money from you as zakat, because they give most poor Muslim families food and housing and clothes and those things. And it's not only one family they're giving; it's like 100,000 plus Muslims. Yeah, that was it. That was my story about zakat, and it's a nice calculator. And that was it. Salam alaykum.